Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing StarMade. And as we get back to the basics today, I would like to talk about navigation and the map. You might notice we are not in our little experimental platform, which is now lost to the stars. We are actually on board one of my vessels. This is a modified 608 cruiser, Royal Cruiser. This is the Ice Queen. It's just a, not cruiser, light freighter. I said cruiser. It's just a little ship. We're just going to use it for navigation. Anyway, navigation. Well, first of all, yeah, let's set it to this view here, so I don't have to look at all the stuff there. Navigation. First of all, we have what we can see here. Notice you see sector markings. This helps you get your bearings in actual space. If I go that way, it's going towards sector 45-3-112. If I pull up, if I go that way, I go 45-4-111. And pull out, there's 45-3-110. And we should turn back around to our first one. There we go. Nope, no, there's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. So these will let you these will notify you the sectors, what direction you're looking in, and the distance to, I think that's to the middle of the sector. Notice it's 70.2 kilometers. Yours will probably say something vastly smaller. I have gone into my configurations, I made my sectors larger, so that way I don't have to deal with sector boundaries as much. Again, the little squares here, these are sectors. The big squares are systems. And when you go from one sector to the other, stuff that takes place right on the boundary doesn't work quite right. There's weird things that go on. Not sure why. I don't have any access to the code. Even if I did, I'm not that good of a programmer to tell you why. But yeah. Try to avoid especially combat and sector boundaries. So that's why I turn my sectors up larger. And since we're here at the map, you bring it up by pressing M or holding down tab and going to Galaxy Map. Now this one looks ever so slightly different than yours, unless you've given yourself admin commands. I have admin warp and admin scan that allows me to scan a sector or do a warp without. It's cheats. They're cheat codes for admin stuff. I use them for building and video filming and all that jazz. All right. Down here at the bottom, it gives you the C. Hold right mouse button to rotate. So you can rotate the map that way. Mouse wheel to zoom. Move keys to move. So, and it goes in the orientation of your camera. So I'm looking this way, so I'm going to press W, and I go that way. I pull it around this way, I press W, now it goes this way. And WASD works here. And the keys you have set for up and down in flight, they're going to move up and down with the selected sector. The selected sector is the one where all these lines intersect. Sometimes it's hard to see what's going on because there's like lots of lines and colors, but you'll get used to it. Now, if you want to jump from system to system, say we want to check out that wormhole there, we could do this and then up and back. There we go. Now we're in the map in this star system, and notice you have a little icon there, that little spaceship that you but there's an easier way to do this. If you hold down shift then move, you jump entire systems. So it's easier to say, oh, let's check out that yellow star there. And sometimes actually navigating to them can be a little daunting. And another way to do it is hold down shift and double click on a star. Well, it's DOS. And then scan. DOS. And it looks like it's, I would call it a supernova, but I don't know if that's actually the game term for it. And there are various and sundry stars of various and different colors and heat signatures, if you will. All right, now I am out here in the arm of the galaxy, and I don't know where my current position on the map is. So I can come down here and I can say center unknown position. Then it will snap me back to where I live. See, I've never used filter. Oh, well, that's the navigation filter. Okay. All right, we'll get to that later. Now you can adjust your map here by turning on planet orbits. Planet orbits are the purple rings. That's saying there should be a planet on those rings somewhere. I don't think they actually orbit. Well, they spin in place, but they don't actually orbit the star. Asteroid belts are the yellow sectors, and orbital sectors that turns on so you can say, oh yeah, this sector here probably has asteroids. So if we jump there, there are asteroids. All right, go back to the map. I usually leave those off and kind of guess where it is based on the yellow line. Faction territory, that's if you have factions. I have turned off the AI factions on my system because, well, first of all, they're invincible, and second of all, they chew up lots of resources, not game resources, but computer resources over time. And for what I'm doing, just building and doing these instructional videos, they're not particularly useful. And you can sort them by territory by relation, so greens and reds are good guys and bad guys, and so on and so forth. And you can turn on and off wormholes. All right, let's talk about wormholes just real quick, because we have to do this in order to show you what's going on. If you jump into a wormhole system and get close enough, let's see, where's my wormhole? Can't even find a wormhole. There we go. Notice my speed is ramping up very quickly, and I am now accelerating past the maximum speed. That is because I'm in a wormhole. Time and space is warping. Space-time disruption activated. And it pulls you through and flings you out the other side. I'm moving 1,200 meters per second. There we go. And it takes forever to slow down. And you want to slow down. Yeah, we definitely want to slow down. Otherwise, who knows where we'll end up. But it takes a long time, and you can use these wormholes to your advantage. Now that we've mapped a wormhole, if you will, let's slow her down. Come on, slow down. I don't want to... There we go. Figure out what direction I'm going. All right. Now, there's probably a command just to halt. If there's not, there should be. There just needs to be better documentation on the commands as well. All right, so let's bring her down to a stop. And now, see the purple line on the wormhole? That tells you that it maps the wormholes for you now. Now that you hit a wormhole, it'll tell you if you hit this one, you will follow this purple line with the arrow. Where's the arrow pointing? Arrow's pointing that direction. So if you hit this wormhole, it'll suck you in and spit you out here. Or if you hit this one, it'll spit you out here, which will pull you back in if you don't escape it, and spit you out here. And notice I've just clicked off there we go. And notice there I am over there, center unknown position. All right. So that's wormholes real quick. So let's warp over here, and let's do a scan. A normal scan. Oh, notice my speed's real high because I was still in a wormhole sector and it was pulling me back in. Or system, not sector. Forgive me. So let's take her down, and do I actually have a scanner on this thing? Missile cannon. Yeah, I have a scanner. So, let's see. Ship, reactor, recon. Yeah, I have a scanner. So if you have a scanner on board, you can go to your scanner, hit it, and it did not Wait, why didn't it show me the scan or visit 1 out of 15 sectors? Okay, I thought I scanned. Okay. But in order to reveal or remove the fog of war, or to, like, or in this system here, if I click admin scan, it shows everything here, all the stations. These little icons are stations. They look like the old glass stations from 10,000 years ago. I believe that's what they're supposed to represent. And to show you the asteroids and planet. That's a lot of asteroid belts on that system. That would be a good one to claim in a survival game. Anyway, to get this, you scan, which apparently I don't have the right scan set up, or just visit 15 sectors. So if you start here, and coincidentally, if I'm not mistaken, a system is 15 sectors by 15 sectors. So if you were just to fly straight through here, it would reveal the whole thing like that. All right. And also, for reference, your compassy thing here points north. Do I not? Let's see. We will fiddle more with scanning later. When we talk about scanning, we will talk about scanning. And we talked about jumping and setting coordinates and positions and all that last time, but let's do it again. And the map, if I want to go, say, right here, you get it selected, and you click plot path to current. Now it gives you a waypoint that you can either jump to or fly to or whatever. It's 50.1 kilometers for me. It'll probably be less for you. And that is basically the map. Probably some other things I'm forgetting, but this is it. Oh, warp gates. If you have warp gates on, then it'll show the paths. Basically, warp gates are controlled wormholes. Right, so now let's go to navigation. You can hit tab and do navigation, or you can press the N key. And this is your navigation menu. WP, that is your waypoint. And you can enter a number, like if I want to go to 222, I can either do 222 or 2, space 2, space 2, or 2.2.2, whatever. Now if I said OK, notice my waypoint is no longer there, but it is at 222. Why 222? 222 is the starting point of the galaxy. And it is 3,419.7 kilometers away from me. That's a long way out. But you can also do other neat things, like you can save current coordinates. Spot A. Currently I have caps locks on. So then I can save those coordinates. So now if I open up waypoint and say, oh, there's spot A, I can hit plot, and it will set my current, well, if I move over and I said load waypoint, plot, then it plots to my saved location. So waypoints are a good way of saying, oh, this is where my station is, this is my home base. You want to save those here under waypoints. You can save current, you can search last entered ship. It's the Ice Queen, it tells you where it is. I've never actually used that. Scan history, it's for when you scan stuff. We'll talk about that later. It's another way to open the map and to set the nav filter. Right now, and down here, right now this tells you everything in range. First of all, we have me. Usually you'll be at the top, and it'll tell you who's the pilot of a ship if they don't have stealth or anything. And there are ways to get yourself off of this list using stealth chambers. And there's a shop. It tells you the mass, the type of entity it is, if it's in a faction, and how far away it is. And when you select it, it'll also give you a not the waypoint, that's a waypoint. The little white arrow says, hey, it's that way. And let's see here. Let's try something a little more interesting. Probably there. And run warp. See, now I click in, then I have, good grief. Now I have all types of stuff. I have asteroids, and shops, more asteroids. But let's say I'm looking for the shop and all I see are these asteroids. So we can hit set nav filters. We can tell what we want it to look for. Don't look for asteroids anymore. So now we'll filter asteroids off the list. Personally, I keep everything except, well, I usually turn off planet parts. Docked and turrets I will often leave off unless I'm looking specifically for turrets. Like if you're in a battle or something of the nature and you want to see where the turrets are, turn that back on. Otherwise, you get lots of clutter, especially if you have or near an entity that has lots of docked or turreted items. Even turn off ships if you don't want to see those. Astronauts, those are just people wandering around, not in a ship. And space stations, for example. Let's see here. Let's hop out. And notice I am now JW608. I am an astronaut, but I'm still a crew member on this ship. I'm still tied to it. Now, if I hop into the core, I am no longer a crew member. I'm a pilot of the ship. That's kind of neat. And you can even search, like if we want ice, there's the Ice Queen. Or if we want Hatel, it does that. Or you can search by faction. Oh, cool. I didn't notice this here. But here's a quick filter by type down here. Okay. So that is the basics of navigation. Very, very helpful tool. Actually, pretty much essential. And the map, which is also very helpful, if not essential. And I think that'll do it for today. I have been JW608. This has been StarMade. And I will do you cats later.